Hey guys, it's MandaPanda, and today I am taking this Rainbow Power Rarity and I'm going to transform her into the villain of Ponyville, Nightmare Rarity. So, if you've never heard of a Nightmare Rarity, she comes out of the actual comic book series for Friendship is Magic, and I would encourage you to pick up and read that comic book if you don't know Nightmare Rarity's story. So Rarity comes with this super adorable skirt that kind of fans out, and it looks a little bit like a butterfly, and it's super adorable and I love it, but it is not part of Nightmare Rarity's wardrobe, so I am going to put that to the side. Rainbow Power Rarity figurine that I'm using is a lot bigger than the small G4 ponies that I typically use, so I just wanted to give you a comparison in size so you can see how big this pony is. I'm starting off here by removing her cutie mark and any other designs on the body using some acetone, and now I'm going to pop off her head because she is going to get all brand new hair. So there goes the head, and it's time to prep the body by removing all the hair she currently has. So to remove the tail, you're just going to use some pliers, stick them in there, and pull out that bunch of hair just like that. And you'll see that the hair was kind of anchored in there with that little metal washer, like that. And this is really pretty hair, and I hate the fact that I'm about to cut it off, but she's gonna get cooler hair, I promise. So I'm using some really big scissors, and I'm going to cut off all of this gorgeous hair, super gorgeous hair. So sorry about this, Rarity. So I'm using some big scissors, and then I'm gonna go in with some smaller scissors, and I'm gonna try and cut the hair as close to the root as I possibly can. She got a little bit of a mohawk going on here. So here are my little tiny baby scissors, and I'm gonna again get as close to the root as possible. So here she is, all her hair has been removed. Now using my long-nosed pliers, I'm just going to reach in there and pull out all that hair. They come out in little sections, little hair plugs, so I'm gonna get all those hair plugs out and leave her completely bald. Now I've come to a part where I've taken off most of the yellow, and there's just no way that I can reach all the hair that's at the top, so I'm going to have to remove the neck plug. I was trying to avoid this because I wanted to make her head mobile, and that was just not an option for me. I cannot get my pliers up there, so I had to cut off the neck plug there to pull out the rest of her hair. And Rarity is completely bald. She has no mane, she has no tail, and she's ready to be painted. So Nightmare Rarity is a very, very deep purple, almost black color, but she's not black, she's like very, very dark purple. So to recreate that look, I am going to paint her completely with a nail polish by OPI called Siberian Nights. Now it goes on very patchy, so here's the first layer, and that's not a big problem because I'm going to go back in with a second layer, and it's going to cover all of this patchiness. And I'll put a link to this nail polish down below in case any of you little pandas want to recreate this custom pony on your own. So I'm taking that same nail polish, and I'm going to do Rarity's head. Now I'm going to redo Rarity's eyes, but I'm keeping the original eyes so that way I don't have to sketch out the eye shape later on. And here it is, completely painted in. The holes are still visible, that's where we're gonna rehair in a second. And the body's done. I painted the bottom of the hooves, and as you can tell, it's not patchy at all. So time for the eyes. I'm using Folk Art Cobalt Blue, Apple Barrel Caribbean, Americana Black, and Folk Art Wicker. So just a combination of those four colors is what I've used to make the colors for her eyes. So to start off, I have completely removed all of the eyes using some acetone, and I was very careful not to remove any of the Siberian Nights nail polish that we just painted on. Now I'm looking at a picture of Nightmare Rarity's eyes right now, and I started off by doing a very light blue in the crease of her eye, and now I'm taking a medium blue and I'm going in and I'm going to outline the shape of her eyeball, like the actual eye ball, and just gonna make it like a semicircular looking figure. And then I'm going to completely fill that in with this same paint, let it dry, and then I'm going to go in with a deeper blue, which is this same blue, and I just added a little bit of black to it. And I'm going to paint just the top of the eye to give Nightmare Rarity's eyes that two-toned ombre effect like the cartoon drawing of her. And there you go. So see, it goes from dark blue to light blue. Now it's time to do her actual eyes, like the inside of her eyes, which are actually diamond shaped. So the typical My Little Ponies just have, like circular eyes, but Nightmare Rarity's eyes are diamond shaped. So I am using some nail striping tape here and to draw out, outline the shape of a diamond. And then I'm going in with a very dark blue and I am filling in that diamond shaped area. Now, nail striping tape is very inexpensive. You can find that on eBay or Amazon. And once the nail polish has dried a little bit, or in this case, I'm sorry, this isn't nail polish, this is just regular acrylic paint. So once the paint is dried, you can just take off that nail striping tape, no problem. Now, Nightmare Rarity has two small diamonds in her eyes that are white, so I'm gonna go in here and pop those two white diamonds in using the same technique with striping tape. Just a little glimmer in her eye. So her eyes are coming out super awesome. And now it's time to go in and outline everything with black. So I'm using black to separate her eyelid from her actual eye. I am going to paint in some eyelashes and then I'm going to outline her entire eye with the black. Now the nail polish that we use to paint her body is very dark and the black barely shows up, but when it shines in the light you can see it a lot better. Now I'm moving on to the cutie mark. Now, Nightmare Rarity's cutie mark is very similar to Rarity's in that they're still kind of like diamonds, but they're more like a diamond burst. So I just put 3 dots where I kind of wanted to have my little burst pattern. I've painted in the burst. Now I'm going in with a toothpick and I'm going to put in all the very small detailing that's inside each little diamond burst here. Now using a white toothpick, I'm going in and I'm drawing the very small white stars that are around the little diamond bursts on the cutie mark. And so here's the body and the face completely done. It's painted. Now I'm going to seal everything with a clear top coat, let that dry, and it is time to re-hair Nightmare Rarity. I am using several colors here: Black Magic, Ultraviolet, Bougainvillea, Sugar Plum, Wisteria, and I also used a white called White Snow, which I forgot to show on camera. Now I am going to do the complete ombre effect, going from light hair to dark hair, and I'm starting off from the bottom to the top, and I'm starting off with the black color using my re-hairing tool right here. I have loaded a plug of hair and I'm just going to push that needle directly into one of the holes where we pulled the hair out of earlier, and boom, just like that, the first hair plug is in. So I'm just gonna go in and get all the black in. Now I'm going in with the white, and I'm gonna put in the few little white strands of hair that Nightmare Rarity has, and I just want to get those kind of out of the way. And now I'm going in with that first dark purple color called Ultraviolet, and I love this color. This color is a gorgeous dark color. And once that's in, I've gone in with Bougainvillea, and this is Sugar Plum now. And then I'm going to finish it off with Wisteria. And look at this hair. It is amazing. I mean, gorgeous. Now we do have to seal the hair in. And I'm doing that by pouring some glue directly into the head. I'm using a Q-tip to spread the glue around, and then I'm going to let that completely dry overnight. And now it's time to give a Nightmare Rarity her tail. Now I've used a mixture of Ultraviolet and Sugar Plum here. I folded the length of the hair in half, tied a twist tie around it, put that twist tie through the hole in her back, and I've used my tweezers to pull the tie through. Now using a zip tie, you just secure everything in. Make sure that the zip tie is extremely tight so none of the hair comes out of it. Cut off the tip here, and then you can pull the tail through, and just like that, you've redone the tail. This is the easiest part of rehairing any My Little Pony. And her hair, oh my gosh, her hair is so amazing, you guys. So once the glue inside of her head has dried, I'm going to glue the head back onto the body using E6000. Now you can use lots of glues if you wanted to. You could use Gorilla Glue. You might even be able to use hot glue. I'm not sure. I just choose to use E6000. Now, this is completely optional, but I think that Nightmare Rarity wouldn't be a Nightmare Rarity without her amazing headpiece and necklace. So I'm using some air dry clay, and I'm going to roll it out so I have a very flat sheet of clay. And I'm just using a marker to roll that out. Now using a hard flat surface, I am going to cut out a thin strip of the air dry clay, and I'm using my X-Acto knife to get a perfect cut. So make sure you get your parents' assistance anytime you're going to be using an X-Acto knife. Okay, so this is a thick piece, so I'm going to use this as her necklace. Now using the X-Acto knife, I'm going to put in an angle right there to the piece of clay, measure out about where the necklace needs to stop, and so about right here. Now if you flip that over, you get a perfect match for the point there. Now I'm going to wrap these pieces around Nightmare Rarity's neck and then cut off the excess. Now I had a little piece from that strip left over, so I'm gonna go in and cut diagonally on each corner to make this little rectangular piece into a diamond shape, because Nightmare Rarity has a diamond right in the middle of her necklace. And this is like the perfect size. Ta-da! So I'm just gonna put that on there, make sure I like the size, and I've cut out a thinner piece of air dry clay, and I'm gonna use this for the headpiece. So once I have all my pieces measured out, I'm going to let them dry overnight for about 24 hours until they get fully hardened. And once they're hardened, I'm going to go ahead and paint them. So you'll see that these have a design. Before the clay was fully dried, I used a toothpick to etch out the designs that were on Nightmare Rarity's necklace and her headpiece. And I'm just going to paint all these pieces and then glue them onto Nightmare Rarity using some E6000 glue, and then she'll be completely done. and she is gonna come out amazing. I kind of already know these pieces came out great. They look just like Nightmare Rarities. And here she is. I've sprayed the hair with some glitter hairspray. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it does have little fine specks of silver glitter on her. And here's her jewelry. It came out amazing. It was a perfect fit to her head, to her neck. Nightmare Rarity. She came out absolutely gorgeous, stunning, my favorite custom to date. I love the hair. It came out amazing. If there are any customs that you would like to see done, please let me know down in the comments below and I can see if I can get that made for you. Thank you so much for watching, little pandas. Until next time, bye. You can find me online. For the latest news and updates for the channel, you can follow me on Instagram, MandaPanda Toy Collector, like my Facebook page, facebook.com/MandaPanda Toy Collector, or you can add me on Snapchat, MandaPanda TC.